Have you ever noticed how small actions of someone can stir your soul so much? Simple gestures, subtle looks, words that resonate far beyond what they seem. Sometimes, these actions seem to shout something that the person has not yet had the courage to say. And this leaves you restless, wondering what is behind these actions that seem so deliberate and at the same time, restrained. The heart holds secrets that we do not always have the courage to admit, right? Doubts arise like shadows on a sunny day, bringing questions for which you do not yet have answers. Is what you feel mutual? Are your gestures understood in the same depth as you offer them? These thoughts can become a silent storm, insistent on hovering over your mind. What if I told you that, often, what seems like silence is actually a muffled scream? That there is a heart fighting against its own limitations, trying to find the courage to express what they feel? That moment, which you eagerly await, may be closer than you imagine. But are you ready to hear it? Are you willing to accept what is coming? There are moments when the wait seems endless, right? Each day that passes without a word, without a confirmation, feels like an eternal questioning. And in this space between what is and what could be, you try to stay strong, balancing your hopes with the reality that surrounds you. But doubt is cruel and persists in questioning your patience and your worth. However, there is something that the angels wish to reveal to you. Something that cannot be seen, but is felt deep in the soul. A truth that is about to emerge and that can change everything you know about yourself and about who occupies your thoughts. This is your chance to listen beyond words and feel beyond evidence. This person, whose gaze you try to decipher, carries more than it seems. There is a battle happening within them, a conflict between what is safe and what the heart truly desires. And you, even without realizing, are the key to this transformation. Their presence, their actions, are bringing to light truths that were once dormant. When the heart finds what it seeks, fear often appears as a guardian, trying to prevent the inevitable. But the angels show that this guardian is already beginning to lose its strength. Because, even in silence, the heart cannot hide the truth for long. And what is about to happen may be the moment you have always been waiting for. You are more than you imagine to be. Your energy, your light, your authenticity are forces that attract, captivate, and transform. This person feels it, even if they still don't have the words to express. And, at the right moment, the truth will be spoken. A truth that can heal wounds, break barriers, and open doors you didn't even know were closed. Meanwhile, the angels ask you to keep your faith intact. Trust in divine timing, because it never fails. What is yours will find its way to you, but only if your heart is ready to receive. Allow yourself to believe that what is to come will be greater than you can imagine. Keep watching every step, every gesture, every detail. Because, in the subtle movements, lies the greatest revelation. The transformation has already begun and soon, what seemed impossible will become inevitable. The question now is not if, but when. And when that moment arrives, it will be as clear as sunlight. The angels show that this person is approaching a point of no return. A moment where what used to be fear will turn into courage. And you, with your patience and strength, will be the reason why this courage will finally emerge. Be ready, because the wait is about to end. The answers you seek are aligning, like puzzle pieces finally finding their place. True love, when guided by angels, is never lost. It simply follows paths that, at times, we may not comprehend. But now, those paths are becoming illuminated. The days of waiting seem to carry an unbearable weight, don't they? That sensation that time is moving forward, yet you remain in the same place, waiting for something that always seems a bit too far away. It's as if life is stuck in a cycle, and every step you take seems to heighten the doubts, rather than bring the answers you long for. But what you may not yet realize is that every moment of this journey had a greater purpose. Everything you've experienced so far, the smiles that brightened dark days, the tears that fell when no one was looking, the moments when hope seemed like a faint flame, all of it has brought you exactly to this point. And there is a reason for it. No, it wasn't by chance. There is a greater force at work in your favor, aligning the details of a plan that is very close to being revealed. You feel it, don't you? That restlessness mixed with a slight anticipation, as if something is about to change. It's hard to explain, but deep in your heart you know. You know that something is happening beyond what the eyes can see, something that can only be understood with the heart. And yes, you are right. There is a transition taking place, a moment when what seemed impossible finally begins to align. What you have always wished for is closer than you imagine. The angels indicate that the waiting time is ending, and a future full of possibilities is ready to unfold. But for this to happen, there is something essential you need to do: trust. Believe that everything you've experienced, every challenge, every victory, every small gesture, was part of a grander plan. And above all, open your heart to what is to come. There is a saying that faith can move mountains, but what we often do not understand is that faith is not just about believing. It's about taking action, even when everything seems uncertain. It's about taking the next step, even when the path ahead is not entirely clear. And that's exactly what they are being called to do now: walk with confidence, even without knowing exactly where their steps will lead them. The angels have a clear message for them. They say that every tear they shed has watered the seeds of something incredible. Nothing was in vain. Not the moments of doubt, not the nights of loneliness, not the times when they felt alone on this journey. All of that was part of a process that is now about to flourish. It's time to prepare. Prepare their heart to welcome what has always been destined to be theirs. This does not mean that the journey will be perfect or without challenges, but it means that they are ready. Ready to receive what awaits them, ready to embrace the love, the joy, and the blessings that are on the way. Remember, what is coming is greater than any dream they have ever had. It is deeper, truer, more meaningful than anything they could imagine. And all because they stood firm, even when circumstances tried to bring them down. Because they chose to believe, even when doubt seemed easier. The angels want them to know that they are safe. That everything that is truly theirs can never be lost. That the destiny awaiting them is so beautiful and powerful that it will make every moment of waiting worthwhile. And they want them to prepare, not only to receive, but to truly embrace what is coming their way. It's not just a fresh start, it's a new way of seeing life, feeling love, embracing possibilities. What once seemed distant is now within their reach. And what they need to do is simple: trust. Trust that the angels are by their side, guiding each step. Trust that what is to come will be exactly what they need, at the perfect moment. They are not alone. They never have been. Every challenge they have faced, every decision they have made, has been guided by a greater force. And now, this force is aligning all the details so that what is theirs finally reveals itself. It is a time of celebration, gratitude, of opening their arms to receive what has always been meant for them. So, take a deep breath. Allow yourself to feel the peace that comes with the certainty that you are on the right path. The angels are whispering to your heart that the best is yet to come. And all you need to do is believe. Because when the heart is aligned with faith, there are no barriers that can resist. The angels show that every detail serves a higher purpose, even if you cannot clearly see it yet. That gaze that seems lost, that silence that makes you uneasy, are signs of an internal battle that person is facing. It's not just hesitancy, but a profound awakening that you, unknowingly, triggered. Your presence is not just impactful, it is transformative. This person is beginning to realize that you are not like the others. There is something about you that challenges their beliefs, that makes everything that seems secure now appear insufficient. It's as if, in the face of your essence, everything that once made sense lost its luster. And this, for them, is both fascinating and frightening. The angels reveal that this fear is actually a reflection of the impact they caused. It is not easy for them to face such a strong, true feeling. After all, how many times are we confronted with something that completely changes our view of the world? They are that change, the strength they did not expect, but now cannot ignore. There is a battle happening within their heart, a struggle between the desire to surrender and the fear of getting lost. The angels show that every step they take towards them is full of meaning, even if you do not realize it immediately. Because for them, every move requires courage, something they are still learning to have. Have you ever noticed how small gestures speak louder than words? A lingering gaze, a smile that arises without explanation. These small displays are like sparks, igniting something they try, but cannot extinguish. And gradually, these sparks are turning into a flame. The angels ask you to trust the process, even when the waiting seems unbearable. They are guiding every step of this journey, aligning the path so that, at the right moment, everything will be revealed. What is to come will not just be an answer, but a confirmation of what your heart already feels. There is a transformation taking place, a change so profound that it cannot be ignored. This person, who once seemed so self-assured, is now questioning everything. Not because they doubt you, but because they have realized they need to live up to what you represent. And that, for them, is an immense challenge. But the angels show that this journey is not just about them, it is also about you. This is a moment to look inward, to recognize the strength you possess. Because by believing in the love that is to come, you are also allowing yourself to grow, to transform. And this transformation will be the key to everything that is to come. This person is starting to see what was once invisible to them. The light they carry, the strength they represent, are illuminating paths they never dared to tread before. And as hard as it is to admit, they know they can no longer run away from what they feel. The angels show that courage is being born in this heart, albeit timidly. Every gesture, every word of yours, is helping to build this courage. And at the right moment, they will finally have the strength to say what you have been eagerly waiting to hear. But until then, it is important that you keep the faith. Faith is the bridge that connects the present to the future, what is to what will be. The angels ask you to stand firm, even when doubts try to lead you astray. Because what is reserved for you is greater than any uncertainty. And this certainty is already being shaped in silence. The days of waiting are not a punishment, but a preparation. An opportunity for you to strengthen your confidence, your patience, your hope. Because when the moment comes, it will be so clear and so strong that you will understand why everything happened the way it did. This person, who occupies your thoughts so much, is getting ready to take the next step. The angels show that they are gathering strength, overcoming fears that once paralyzed them. And you, with your presence, with your light, are the reason why they finally feel able to move forward. Have you ever wondered why certain people come into our lives? The angels reveal that nothing is by chance. Every encounter, every connection, has a divine purpose. And your connection with this person is a perfect example of that. A bond that transcends barriers, that challenges the ordinary, that transforms. This bond, which seemed so fragile at the beginning, is growing stronger every day. And even if they don't see it, the angels show that it is growing silently, like a seed getting ready to bloom. All they need to do is keep watering it with love and patience. True love doesn't come out of nowhere. It is built, step by step, gesture by gesture. And they are building something extraordinary, even without realizing. Because the love that is blossoming between them is not just a feeling, it's a promise. A promise of something greater, deeper. The angels ask them to trust in this promise, even when everything seems uncertain. Because what is to come is so beautiful, so transformative, that it will make every moment of doubt worth it. They are being prepared for something extraordinary, something that will change their life forever. And this change has already begun. They may not see it, but the angels are working behind the scenes, aligning every detail so that, at the right moment, everything falls into place. What is to come is greater than they can imagine, and they are ready to embrace it. The angels continue to work on the details of this special connection, showing that divine timing is perfect, even if it seems slow to the anxious heart. The person who occupies their thoughts is going through a deep internal process, a transformation that will shape the foundations of what they can build together. It's important that they understand that the necessary changes have already begun, even if they are still hidden from sight. This person is learning to navigate through emotions they once ignored or feared. Love, so simple and complex, often comes as an unexpected challenge for those who believed they had control over everything. But, as it crossed their path, they realized that there's no way to control the depth of what they feel. The heart is finally taking the lead. The angels show that, while you live with the anxiety of waiting for an answer, they are facing their own insecurities. The doubt, the fear, and the resistance are slowly being replaced by the understanding that you are someone worth fighting for. And this recognition is guiding each of their steps towards you. Have you ever noticed how small gestures have a profound impact? Perhaps it's something they haven't verbalized yet, but that reveals itself in subtle actions. A longer gaze, a sincere smile, or even a brief touch that seems to convey more than 1,000 words. These are signs that they are allowing themselves to feel more. The angels also want you to know that vulnerability is part of this journey. For them, admitting what they feel means letting go of old defenses, of barriers built to protect themselves from possible pains. But your presence, your light, is softening these barriers. They are beginning to see that love is not something to be feared, but to be embraced. This connection is bringing out the best in this person, but it also challenges them to confront what they have tried to avoid for so long. It's as if your presence is a mirror, reflecting truths that they can no longer ignore. And in this reflection, they are discovering who they really are and what they truly want. The angels ask you to remain patient and confident, as the inner work that is being done in them is deep and transformative. Each day is a step towards greater clarity, stronger courage, a truth they can no longer hide. And when that happens, you will be ready to receive what you have always been waiting for. You may not realize it now, but the love you offer is healing old wounds in their heart. It's as if, with each of your gestures, you erase a bit of the pain they carried for so long. And by doing so, you are showing that true love is not made of grand words, but of genuine actions. There is a divine force guiding this journey, aligning every detail so that everything happens at the right moment. The angels ask you to trust in this process, because what is being prepared for you is greater than any expectation you may have. This connection is unique, and what is to come will be extraordinary. The person who occupies your thoughts is approaching a point where they can no longer hide what they feel. The angels show that they are gathering the courage to take a decisive step, one that will change everything between you. And at that moment, you will see that every moment of waiting was worth it. The angels ask you not to lose sight of your own worth during this wait. Remember that you are a light in that person's life, a transformative force that is helping them see beyond fear. Your role is crucial, but that does not diminish the importance of taking care of yourself in this process. While that person works to overcome their own challenges, you are being called to strengthen your faith and trust. The angels ask you to keep your heart open, even when doubt tries to lead you astray. Because what is to come will be so powerful that it will erase any shadow of uncertainty. The love that is being built between you is not common. It is rare and deep, something many spend their entire lives searching for. And you have been chosen to live it, to be the catalyst of this transformation. Each day is an opportunity to prepare for this love that is about to bloom. The angels show that this person has already begun to see life in a different way since they entered it. What was once comfortable now seems insufficient. What was once acceptable is now challenged by the possibility of something greater. And all this is leading them to an inevitable choice, to follow their heart. You may feel that this wait is long, but the angels assure you that every second is necessary. They are aligning every detail, working on every obstacle, so that when the moment comes, everything will be perfect. Trust that divine timing never fails. This person is discovering that true love cannot be forced or contained. It is something that grows, even in silence, even in absence. And upon realizing this, they are allowing themselves to feel, allowing themselves to believe they deserve to live this love with you. The angels show that the future that awaits you is full of promises and possibilities. But for this to materialize, it is essential that you remain steadfast, believing in what is to come. Because what is being built is more than a relationship, it is a union of souls. This journey is not just about finding love, but about discovering who you are in the process. The angels want you to know that you are growing, evolving, and becoming the strongest version of yourself. And this growth will be rewarded with a love that is as deep as it is true. What is to come is not just a new chapter, it is a new book, a new story that will be written with every step you take together. Be prepared, because the angels show that the moment of revelation is much closer than you imagine. The angels continue to reveal that the journey you both share is deeper than any earthly expectation. They, even though they often seem confused or distant, are at a point of transformation that will change everything. They are learning to see love as something that sets free, not as something that imprisons. And you, with your patience and light, are guiding this awakening in a unique way. Every step they take is filled with an intention that may not yet be clear to you. But the angels show that even the most hesitant gestures carry great weight. They are evidence of an internal battle where love is overcoming fear. Their heart is opening, even if it happens gradually, like the blooming of a flower. They are discovering that you are not just someone who entered their life by chance. Your presence inspires them to be better, to rethink choices, and to reassess priorities. The angels show that there is a silent admiration for all that you represent. And this admiration is growing, turning into something that can no longer be contained. Have you ever felt like you are the answer to someone's unspoken questions? That's what you are to them. The angels show that your energy is like a compass, guiding them away from the fears that once imprisoned them. And even though they have not yet spoken it in words, their actions are beginning to reveal this truth. The journey of love is not always easy, but it is always transformative. The angels want you to know that the love that is blossoming between you is strong enough to overcome any obstacle. But for that, you need to continue being the light that illuminates their path. Your patience and understanding are crucial in this process. The angels reveal that they are starting to see the future in a different way. A future where fear no longer has space, where love takes center stage. This future is not just a distant possibility, it is becoming a reality. Each day brings them closer to the courage needed to take the next step. You are the reason why they are finding the strength to change. The angels show that even in moments of apparent silence, their heart is in turmoil. There is an internal dialogue happening, where the voice of love is becoming louder and clearer. And that voice is guiding them towards you. The angels ask you to trust the intuition you feel, because it is not wrong. There is something happening behind the scenes, something beyond what the eyes can see. This connection is guided by divine forces, which are working to align everything at the right time. Believe that nothing is out of place. They are realizing that true love requires vulnerability, something they used to avoid at all costs. But now, as they observe you, they understand that this vulnerability is not weakness, it is strength. And it is this strength that is allowing them to break free from the chains of fear and open up to what they feel for you. Have you noticed how their eyes seem to say more than words? The angels show that there is a whole world of emotions hidden there. Each glance is a reflection of the transformation that is taking place. And every time they look at you, it's as if they are finding another piece of the puzzle that is the love they feel for you. The path to true love is not always straightforward, but the angels assure that it is always the most significant. Every obstacle you have faced so far has served to strengthen the bond between you. And now, as they approach the decision to fully surrender, the future begins to light up. The angels want you to know that your strength is what is sustaining this connection. Their ability to wait patiently and believe in the best is what is allowing this person to find the courage they need. You are an inspiration, even if they have not yet expressed it in words. This person is beginning to recognize that the love they feel for you is not ordinary. It is a love that challenges their old beliefs and pushes them into unknown territory. And as scary as that may be, they are willing to explore this new world. And all of this is thanks to you. The angels show that each day brings more clarity to this person. The fears that once seemed insurmountable are starting to dissipate. And in their place, a feeling of peace is emerging, a certainty that you are the right choice. This certainty will be what leads them to take the next step. The connection you share is rare and precious. The angels want you to know that it is being protected and nurtured by the divine. Even in moments when everything seems uncertain, trust that the angels are working to align everything according to the perfect timing. What is to come will be more than you can imagine. This person is learning that true love requires courage, but also rewards that courage with a joy that cannot be measured. And you are the reason why they are willing to take that risk. The angels ask you to continue being who you are, because your authenticity is what makes all of this possible. The angels show that their transformation is almost complete. What began as an internal conflict is resolving, and the truth is about to emerge. That truth is that they want to be with you, no matter what it takes to make it happen. The moment you've been eagerly awaiting is drawing near. The angels urge you to keep believing, because your faith is creating the space for this love to blossom. And when they finally reveal themselves, it will be so clear and strong that it will erase any doubt you've ever had. The angels whisper that the turning point is very close. They who have long struggled with their own feelings are now on the brink of a decision. There's no more ignoring what their heart insists on saying. Every gesture, every glance, is a sign that resistance is giving way. And you, with your light, have been the catalyst for this change. They finally understand that it's not just a passing desire, but something much deeper. The love they feel for you is unlike anything they've ever experienced. It's a love that challenges their old beliefs and makes them want to be better, not just for themselves, but for the both of you. And that is powerful. The angels show that the fears that once held them back are fading away. That inner voice that said it was safer to protect themselves is now silent. In its place, there's a new voice, stronger, clearer, encouraging them to move forward. This voice is of love, and they are learning to listen to it. You can feel it, can't you? There's something different in the way they look at you, how they are present in your life. Every little action of theirs now seems loaded with a greater intention. And this intention is about to be revealed in a way that will change everything between you. The angels ask you to be ready for this moment, as it will be a milestone. The waiting, the doubts, the fears, all of that will be replaced by a clarity you've never experienced before. And this clarity will bring a peace you hardly knew you needed. This person is gathering the necessary courage to take the next step. The angels show that this step will not be small. It will be something that will change the dynamics between you in a profound and significant way. It will be the moment when they finally admit what they feel, without reservations. You, with your patience and your presence, have been the force that made this possible. The angels want you to know that your role was essential. Every smile you offered, every word of support, Every demonstration of love and understanding helped build the foundation for this moment. The journey so far has not been easy, but the angels assure that it was worth it. Every obstacle you faced, every doubt you overcame, served to strengthen the connection between you. And now, what once seemed impossible is about to become a reality. The angels reveal that they are planning a way to express what they feel. It will not be simple, because the love they feel for you is anything but common. It will be a gesture that reflects the depth of what is in their heart. Something that will show, without a shadow of a doubt, that you are their choice. Can you feel the change in the air, can't you? There is a different energy around you, a sense that something big is about to happen. The angels ask you to trust this feeling, because it is real. What is to come will be as great as the love you share. This person is not just thinking about the present, they are imagining a future with you. A future where fears and doubts no longer have space, where you can build something together, based on love and trust. And the angels show that this future is closer than you imagine. The moment of revelation will be intense, but also filled with beauty. The angels ask you to be open and receptive, because what they have to say will come from the bottom of the heart. It will be something you will never forget, a milestone in the journey you have begun together. This gesture of love will be the culmination of everything they have lived so far. Every step they took towards each other, every internal battle they won, all of this has led to this moment. And now, finally, they will be ready to start a new chapter together. The angels show that the love they share is something rare and precious. It is not something that happens often, and that is why it must be celebrated and cherished. They were chosen for each other, and this choice was guided by forces greater than they can understand. They may not have all the answers now, but the angels assure that they will come. And when they come, they will be so clear that they will have no doubts about the path they should follow. That is the power of true love, the kind of love that transforms everything it touches. The angels ask that they keep believing, even in moments when things seem uncertain. What is being prepared for them is greater than any obstacle that may arise. And when the right time comes, they will understand why everything happened the way it did. This journey is just the beginning of something extraordinary. What they are building together has the potential to change not only their lives, but also those around them. Because true love has that power, it spreads, touches, and transforms everything it encounters. What is to come will be more than they ever dreamed of. It will be the confirmation of everything they have always felt deep in their hearts. And the angels will be by their side every step of the way, guiding and protecting this love that is destined to flourish.